Hi, and thanks for logging on to the Daily DVAR Halacha. And here's a brand new halacha for you, and it's for Thursday, 18th of August, 14th of Av. And here's your halacha for Friday. Well, this is for Thursday, but on the 14th of Av, Thursday, I want to teach you again about Friday, which is the 15th of Av, Tu B'Av, a festive day. You won't notice the festivities all that much. Just we're not going to say Tachanun on Friday, and we're not going to say Tachanun on Thursday afternoon at Mincha, if everybody remembers, and that's because of the festive nature of Tu B'Av. That's Friday. What is the festive nature? So here are a couple more that I haven't taught you yet. In the desert, when the Jews were spending those 40 years in the desert, the rule was that if there was a young lady who was an orphan and she had inherited land, that let's say she's from Shevet Shimon. So if she's from the tribe, the Shevet of Shimon, and she's inherited some land, so she would have to be very careful to only marry someone from the tribe of Shimon, or else her land would end up being transferred over to a different shevet, a different tribe, and that would be a bad thing. So what they would do is they would have the ladies only marry from their own shevet, from their own tribe, if they were an orphan and had inherited family land. Now that was kind of rough. So in the 40th year, on the 15th of Av, it was finally decreed that that would be lifted, and the girls were now allowed to marry anyone from any shevet, any tribe, and that was a great, great happiness, and it was just fantastic for everybody. And that happened on the 15th of Av in the 40th year, so that's one of the reasons it is celebrated. Another reason is because there was a disastrous story called the story of Pelegesh Begiva. The gist of it was that the tribe of Binyamin had done something very bad involving a concubine of someone, and young people had actually caused her death and everything. It was a terrible, terrible story. And there was kind of like a civil war between the tribe of Binyamin and the other tribes of the Jewish people. Needless to say, that's a disastrous situation, and there had been a whole ban on even marrying into the tribe of Binyamin. Well, thank God that didn't last for a long, long, long time, and when it was finally lifted on the 15th of Av, when everyone had put that story behind them, then well, a great sadness was lifted, and it happened also on the 15th of Av, another reason why it's considered a festive day. Also, throughout the summer, they were always busy cutting wood to make sure that they would have giant piles of firewood ready for the Mizbeach, for the altar in the temple. And they would always complete that task on the 15th of Av and have it all stored up for the year. And at the completion of that task, also very festive, like the graduation of that great, great work, so they would also celebrate on the 15th of Av for having completed that. Another reason is because 15th of Av is soon after the summer solstice, and the nights begin to become longer, and as they begin to become noticeably longer, there's more time for Torah study at night. And that too, for those who plow through their Torah books and study the way they should on long, long nights and earn much more reward for great Torah study, well, hey, that too is a reason for festivity, for being able to do all that great, great Torah study. And that too happens on the 15th of Av. And those are some, including the ones we said the last few days, are some of the many reasons why the 15th of Av is considered a great celebration day. It's kind of like informally well, we were felt like low on Tisha B'Av and throughout the 3 weeks, and Tu B'Av is the quick high that we feel in all the celebrating that comes soon afterwards. And so that's it. That's Tu B'Av. Maybe on the next day we'll be telling you about Shabbos. This Shabbos is going to be called the Shabbos of Comfort, Shabbos Nachamu, because last week was Shabbos Chazon, the great Shabbos before Tisha B'Av, and now it's the great Shabbos after Tisha B'Av when we're all comforted. And yeah, so that's this Shabbos. Maybe we'll teach you a little bit about that in our upcoming halacha on the 15th of Av on Friday. Thanks for logging on. Log on again tomorrow for more on that. Bye-bye.